Hey, what's up, people? So, you know something? I was questioning whether I even want to do this video because this, I think, is probably the most depressing illustration I've ever seen. It basically shows, the depiction of the Grim Reaper and some kid. And the Grim Reaper says, "You got big dreams, kid." And the kid says, "I sure do." Scrolling over, he says, "Still got big dreams? Bigger than ever." It shows him as possibly 20s, in his 20s or whatever, or late teens, planning his future or working a job. Now, the Grim Reaper shows up, says, "Still dreaming?" As an old man, possibly 40s, stepping into the 50s, he says, yes, hanging in there." And then the Grim Reaper comes back around and says, "How about now, kid? Got dreams?" To which, as an old man, it shows him thinking about his life. And he says, "Nope, no dreams left." He says, "To be honest, at this point, I feel like this whole thing has been a dream." One second, what the heck, man? This just messed up my video. Okay, there we go. And, you know, it says, "Now you're talking." To which the Grim Reaper grabs the old man by the hand and says, "Come on, kid, it's time to go." And then it shows him walking off with the Grim Reaper, showing that, he's passed away and, you know, um, whatever. I mean, this is very goddamn depressing, you know? And I just wonder about the mind of such people who sit up there and draw this kind of stuff. I truly do. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. My life is not where I want it to be. It truly is not, you know? But I refuse. I just flat out refuse to sink into the swamp like Artax from Neverending Story. I refuse to because I feel like, life is meant to be lived. I mean, look, man, you might not have everything that you want, but what the hell are you trying to achieve? You know? I mean, look, man, a lot of people stir their own depression and happiness can be internal. Why do you have to be at a certain point to be happy? And to me, this is no way to live. I mean, I just feel like, I mean, it's a flat out rebellion slash rejection of this whole doomer style mindset. I just refuse to go along with that stuff. And it probably has to do with me being a contrarian. If you tell me, well, you have to do this or you have to do that, I'm the kind of person who generally rebels. Like I have that kind of mindset. In fact, I've always been that way. I think that plays a large part of me rejecting that whole doomer narrative because to me, it's just nothing but, hey, fall in line with depression. Fall in line with all this other stuff that people, is causing people to fall off. To which I say, hell no. Hell no. I refuse to go quietly into the night. I'm not going to do that. If I have one life to live, I'm going to live it, as I'm going to establish some happiness here. I'm not going to sit up here and wallow to depression. Like I'm very rebellious when it comes to this mindset because I feel like it's garbage. Um, I'm not. And here's the thing: people going off and making their random confessions about, I'm guessing, depression and as they see death and stuff like this. And this person, Chloe, says, "Growing up, I wanted to be an astronaut. Now I want to be remembered as a good friend, good husband, a good father. Whatever else happens along the way is filler. Just filler." This person says, "Standing, eating some eggs after not long putting my 15-year-old daughter down for her nap, 42 years old and relatively late to fatherhood." Oh man. Oh man. Man, you want to talk about late. But yeah, continuing to read, that last scene literally made me stop eating and fight back tears. No. So beautiful, but my stomach churningly sad at the same time. I really do hope that when we go back to be the best in most innocent time of our lives. I just reject. What the heck, man? I just reject this. With my whole being. I really do. Because my thing when it comes to this, you know, whole nihilistic stuff, I do not believe in nihilism at all. You know, I feel like, it's a weak way to live. I feel like it's just general weakness. And one thing that, this is more of my response. And one thing when it comes to me is that I look at life through the lens of strength and weakness, and I feel like this is stuff that is very much so like it appeals to people who are emotionally, physically, and generally weak. And I'm not somebody who ever cared to be, tagged as weak. Because to me, it's like giving up. Why the hell would you give up? You have such. Do you know how many people do not have the opportunity that you have? And that's the thing. Like a lot of people need a goddamn pep talk just to get their mind right, rather than just moving off, self-preservation and what you need. A lot of people are filled to the brim with so much emotions, and emotions are dangerous. Like your emotions will cause you to see the Grim Reaper popping up back and forth. Hey, you ready to give up? Hey, you ready to give up? Hey, you ready to give up? Like it's you sitting up there contemplating everything. Like it creates this kind of stuff, and then the Grim Reaper basically shows up as a phantom continuously, asking you, "Are you ready to give up yet?" I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'll be damned if I just give up. I get this one life. I could have not been born. Like, do you realize how lucky you are? You know what I'm saying? To just be alive. Do you ever count your blessings? Do you ever look at your assets, or do you just focus on your liabilities? And the thing is, like a lot of people who talk this way, what's so crazy, man, is that you can take somebody who has absolutely nothing, trade places with these people, and that person will be in heaven. So to me, it's crazy the fact that so many people embrace this weak, nihilistic mindset. Like this is the mentality of losers, man. Like it truly is. It's the mindset of a goddamn failure, and I just refuse to just accept that. It's stupid. It's genuinely stupid. And I want no parts of it. That's all I have to say when it comes to this.